Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Batman, the 1960s television show. Now, if you're a fan of Batman, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to let me know that you enjoy it and you want to see more. I have a playlist with more Batman videos, so make sure to check it out. And I go into many of the villains, many of the episodes, and really cool behind the scenes stuff that you probably never have heard about. Today we're going to dive into the episode with Falseface. Now, Falseface, some people may not even remember who he was, and this was because he was pretty early on in season 1, and he only appeared once as a villain as opposed to others like Joker, Penguin, Riddler, who appeared countless times. Now, in episode 17 and 18, which is a two-parter, we see the villain as Falseface. Now, he was played by Malachi Throne, who is an amazing actor, and he did such a good job. And I made a video highlighting the issues with Falseface and why it was such a difficult episode to film and why he essentially didn't come back. But that's not my goal today. Today my goal is to talk about some really cool behind the scenes information that you've never heard about it regarding some of the sets and what happened to them and essentially why they appear in this episode. It's really, really interesting. Now, the two episodes in question are True or False Face, that's the name of the episode, and the second one is Holy Rat Race. Remember, it's a two-parter, so that's what I mean about the first. And the second, March 9th, 1966 and March 10th, 1966 were the premiere dates of these episodes. Now, something to keep in mind, this was 1966, so TV shows like The Andy Griffith Show, like Gomer Pyle, and other shows as well, including Hogan's Heroes, were all kind of happening at this time or were already in production basically by 1966. And so that's something that we're going to talk about. But in regards to the episodes, the first part of the two-parter episode, we see Falseface and the fact that he traps Batman and Robin, binding them to a subway track just minutes before the train is scheduled to come by. Now, in the second part of the episode, that's kind of where we're focusing now, or that is in the second part, we see that Alfred contacts Batman by radio from the Batcave. Now, Batman instructs him to short-circuit a communications device, which enables Batman to get free from his bonds. Now, he and Robin become free, finally, just before they would be run over by a subway train. Now, the dynamic duo resume their pursuit of Falseface, which ends up in an old movie studio. And this is the important part of the episode that I am talking about. And this fake studio that they visit in the episode was called, that is, Abandoned Bioscope Studios. Now, that is the fake name of a studio that didn't exist. But what were all these sets? Well, these sets were a real studio. That is the real Desilu backlot. You can see the water tower behind that essentially said Desilu on it. The crew made sure not to show it during this episode, but it's the backlot. It's also known as 40 acres. Now, if you know, other shows were filmed back here, like, of course, The Andy Griffith Show, Gomer Pyle, yes, and Hogan's Heroes. And in fact, you see appearances from the three sets of the shows. I'll show you right here. It's pretty mind-blowing when you really think about it. The problem is you don't make the connection that these are the same locations, so you don't really assume that that's what they are. But if you look here, look at the actual barracks from Gomer Pyle. You can see them here as the Batmobile is driving by, and it's pretty mind-blowing. You later see downtown Mayberry and essentially the courthouse where Andy Griffith came out so many times with Barney. You can see the two pillars that are pretty much in front of the courthouse here, and you can easily see them right here. I'll point them out to you. And this is, to me, the most surprising because it's almost out of focus and it's way in the background, and I'm very, very proud of this one, is spotting the tower, the guard tower from Hogan's Heroes. You can see it. It's brown, it's the watchtower, and it's in the background because that is where Hogan's Heroes was filmed, the outside scene. I made a whole video on that if you haven't checked it out. I go into details as to where exactly it was. But yeah, it was essentially a neighbor to Mayberry. Now, have you ever watched this episode? Have you caught these three shows, the sets for the shows, appearing in this Batman episode? Which, hey, it's a great way to save money to make the story, hey, let's go to an abandoned studio. But that is this studio where we're filming it. It's kind of like an Inception thing, but I think it's brilliant and so cool. And it just adds so much to the episode to be able to notice this. So look out for it next time you watch it. Thank you so much for your support as always. I do appreciate all the love, support, likes, comments. It really means a lot, and it really does help me continue to make these videos. We'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to stay positive, and no matter what, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: John O, David D, Sally N, Jerry D, Vito L, Citizen Kane, Jennifer P, and Kevin K. If you want to appear on this list and support the channel in a very personal and effective way, links are in the description. Thank you so much.